Hello, this is Don Potter again, and I have my helper Jordan here with me. How are you today, Jordan?
Good.
All right, we're going to do another video. Remember we did the 00 video. That was fun, wasn't it?
Very.
And you're getting ready to read these words, but I wanted to study them with you before we do the timings and see how fast you can read them. And so Jordan's going to be helping me here, and we are so happy to be here and be able to help you with this. We're going to be looking at the G that makes the J sound, ch, 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 as in the word jar, but it's going to be spelt with a G. Ch, the sound is ch. And let's take a look, Jordan, first of all, and let me set this so we can mark it up here a little bit. So our first word here is, what do you think that word is?
Age.
Age. Okay, now there's a G that has the J sound. So when we see the GE, we know to say age. All right. And this word is magic. All right. Talk up so our friends out there can hear us. Magic. All right. And the next one is a fun thing at school.
Jam.
Gym. Work out in a gym. And here's something you can eat.
Fudge.
Fudge. Wow, you're doing good on these. And the next one's a little harder. Budging. Budging. And the last one is smudgy. When you make a smudge on something, like you have something on your hand and it gets on a piece of paper, you make a little smudge. Now we're going to do these, what I like to call these transformations. And we've really read all these first words here in a very early lesson. And then we're going to change. Change it to from the G sound, as in rag, to the J sound, as in rage. And we'll do these together. Rag, rage, bug, budging, dog, dodge, hug, huge, meaning very big, egg, edge, and smudge becomes smudgy. Okay, so we've divided these up. We're going to look at the GE, then the GI, the GY, the DGE, DGI, and DGY. And so we're going to read these together, and we'll make a sentence up. Ready? The first one is what?
Age.
Age. What is your age? How old are you?
8.
8 years old and reading these big words. All right, you know you're one of my #1 students. Of course, I tell everybody they're my favorite student, and they kind of like all are. But anyway, next one is bulge. When something's getting like big, it's bulging out like a balloon or something. The next thing, something you can eat. Cabbage. Yes, cabbage. You can make sauerkraut out of cabbage too. And the next one's where you might put your bird in a cage. All right. And the next one, some people need to make a change. And then we add the ED on the end, and we have the past tense, which is change. He changed his mind. Oh, got an R there. What's that going to be? Charge your iPhone. Charge your phone. Charge your watch. And don't cause any damage. Like a bad storm can cause some damage. And, oh, look, we're going to add the ED on the end of it. So we take damage. Now we have damaged. Past tense, damaged. And the next one is danger. And that's interesting because the A there has the long sound, doesn't it? It's not danger, it's danger. Oh, I know a lot of kids like this. Fidgety. They can't sit still 5 minutes. Fidgety. That's why we like to stand up a lot in my classroom. We got or there. That's forge. Forge is where they make like things out of metal, like maybe a knife or something. Put it on the metal and get it hot. And next we have garbage. All right. Throw your trash in the garbage. And here's a cruel one, gem. And you can see this G here sometimes says good, like in get, but here it says as in gem, like a precious gem. This boy's name is Gene. And here you have the E making that, on the end, making that one long. And here is a gentleman, a nice guy. He's a real gentleman. Maybe he opens the door for the ladies, huh? And the next is gently. Okay? Do something gently. And what's this guy's name? I have a cousin named George. That E is actually silent. You know that? And then you say the O-R, George. And the E there, I think, is what's the tip off that's going to have the ch sound. And then this is a nationality, German. And Germans make good things like watches. There are watches and things. Well, they make a lot of good stuff. Harmonicas. I buy German harmonicas. And here's what we don't want. It can make us sick. Germs. Okay. And the next one we have on the door. Hinges. Hinges. And we read this word. Huge. My little boys and girls, when they come to me for tutoring, they'll usually say hug, and I'll say, look, a little, what about the E? Huge. Okay. Oh, by the way, that E serves two purposes. It makes the G say ch, and it also makes the U say you. That's right. Okay. Man, you're getting to be a phonics expert. Okay, our next one is larger. Make my milkshake larger. That's right. And don't fall off the ledge. Let's stay at a lodge. A lodge, like the Indian lodge. And here's somebody that runs a business. A manager. And I had an aunt by this name, Marge. My Aunt Marge was the lady who took me to the library when I was in second grade, and I found out where all those books were. And I started going there every time I got a chance, and I still do. Next one is nudge. When you nudge something, you just push it a little. And here we have nudges. A color,
orange,
or it could be an orange that you eat. And gifts come in a package. All right. The next one is page. And I think there's 138 pages in my Natural Phonics Primer. My Universal Safety Net for Reading that's teaching you to be an awesome reader. By the way, she's actually doing lesson 56, so she is working on moon landing, right? Next one is rage, like somebody's really angry, rage. And then we have passage, a passage, like you go through a little passage. This is a bird. Pigeon. Got to be careful. It looks like pig, don't it? But it's pigeon, and that E right there is the tip off. And then walk out on the stage. Don't have stage fright. What's that next word? That's a strange word. Oh, it's strange, right? My kids get a kick out of me when I use a word to ask them what a word is. That's a strange word. You've heard me do that before, haven't you? Next one is strangers, like strangers in the night. And the next is tinge. A tinge, like it's just a little bit of something. Urge, like the urge to eat dark chocolate, right? That's the urge I get once in a while. Urgent, like urgent care, like somebody's hurt and they take it's urgent. And here's money you make. Wage and wages. Awesome. We're 9 minutes. Let's see. Let's hurry here. We got GI that says J as in charging your iPhone. Engine, like engine in a car. And a person that works on engines would be an engineer. And you can see the two E's on the end there. Engineer. By the way, that ER doesn't say does it? It's engineer. And then we have ginger. And you can get ginger snaps to eat. And yes, phonics is magic, isn't it, huh? We take everybody and they become excellent readers. with phonics. I say phonics first. Now we got the GY as in
Energy.
I have an energy bar down there in my, I'll eat later in the day. I got 8 hours of tutoring, so I got to have a lot of energy. Work out in the gym. And have you ever heard of a gypsy?
I've heard of a gypsy van or horse.
Oh, really? Gypsies are kind of people that live out on their own. And years ago, anyway, they lived like in wagons, and then they would just all the time. Then we have somebody that doesn't like to share is stingy. All right, somebody that doesn't like to share is stingy. I try to teach my kids to share and not be stingy. Here, you can have part of my energy bar. Okay, DGEJ as in badge. That could have been an A, but it's a badge. Like a police officer wears a badge. And you can go across a bridge. And next is dodge, like play dodgeball. And edge, like the edge of your desk. Ooh, something yummy to eat. Fudge. My wife makes the best fudge. Your mom make good fudge? Okay. And gadget. I used to like to watch Professor Gadget. Gadgets like you buy a pocket knife that's got a fork on it. That's a gadget, right? There's all kind of gadgets. And next, you shouldn't hold a grudge. When you have a grudge against somebody, you won't forgive them. And so that can be really bad. And then you can have around your house, you can have a hedge, very good. And a little person is a midget. A midget. There were a lot of midgets in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, as you may remember. Next we have pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Of the United States.
Ridge. Mr. Potter was born on a ridge. It's like the top of a hill. And next we have sledge. And a sledge hammer is a great big hammer you can use to bust stuff up. And finally is a wedge. And when Mr. Potter was a boy, we cut our firewood, and we would use a wedge and hit it to cut like a little triangle thing that we would hit, and it would cut the wood. 3 to go. DGE. We have budging and nudging. And the last one is smudgy. I actually listed those separate, but they're both all DG. All right, this has been a lot of fun. My sidekick, Jordan, Elkin, has been helping me on this one. And now she's going to turn around and we're going to time her on the exercises. So if you just finished if you're just learning this exercise 56, you may want to watch this 2 or 3 times. Make sure you know you can read all these words, and then you can start timing yourself and get your fluency up there. So best of luck from Don Potter and his sidekick, Jordan.
Bye-bye.
She said goodbye to you, so